Question 27. Sketch the graph of y equals x plus 1 times x minus 2 squared times x plus 5. Identify the x and y intercepts. So the first thing that we'll identify for this graph are the y-intercepts. So to identify the y-intercepts, we are looking at the places where x equals 0, or I should say the place where x equals 0. So we'll substitute in 0, and we'll get 0 plus 1 for the first factor, which is 1. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. Don't forget, we got to square it. And 0 plus 5 is 5. We'll do the exponents next. So minus 2 squared is 4. And then 4 times 5 gives us a y-intercept of 20. Next, we will look at the x-intercepts. So when we're finding x-intercepts, we are looking for where y equals 0. So luckily, this equation is already factored, so it's going to be pretty easy to do. So if we solve each of these factors, we get x equals minus 1, x equals 2, and x equals negative 5. So that is the first thing that we want to put on our graph. So I will label my axis here. Definitely got to go back to negative 5. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Should write in at least one number to show the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so let's put the x-intercepts on. So the first x-intercept is negative 1. And then a positive 2. And then a negative 3. Or sorry, negative 5. All right. And now to do the y-intercept, I definitely want to choose a suitable scale. And this is on a non-calculator part, so they're really not expecting much here. So I will choose a suitable scale for my intercepts here, and I think I'll just label this first one 20. So then when I put on my y-intercept, it's correct. Okay, so what else are they looking for in this graph? They're looking for the shape. So if we look at all the exponents, this is x to the 4. Right, so if we go x times x squared times the x, we get it's an x to the 4. So it's a W shape. We should know that about. And it does open up because the leading coefficient, which would just be 1, is positive. So a equals 1, which is greater than 0. What else is important about this graph? I think another important point of this graph occurs at positive 2. And at positive 2, we'll notice up here that we have a multiplicity of 2. So that kind of means that it doesn't cross the axis, it just touches the axis. So because the multiplicity is 2, here's how my curve is going to look around that point. It's not going to cross it, so it's going to kind of go like this, straight on up. It's going to go up to the y-intercept, cross down through, because at negative 1 the multiplicity is 1, and then it's going to turn back up and then cross through the negative 5. So if you have a whole lot of time, I would certainly recommend you substituting in more values, but for what's required, I believe this will get us all the marks that we can get, because it is only worth 3 marks for this question. The other thing, I think there's some place that I should fill in down the bottom. So I'll just scroll down. The y-intercept. Oops, the y-intercept is 20, and the x-intercept is -5, -1, and 2. And that's it for this graph.